I took advantage of my husband being drunk and asleep. I secretly smeared super glue on his seatbelt. I pretended I wanted ventilation and opened the sunroof in advance. Then, on a deserted mountain road, I deliberately turned the steering wheel aside. Both he and the car plunged into the lake. The moment the car hit the water, I pretended to panic and screamed for help. My husband was startled awake, thinking there had been an accident, and he desperately pushed me out through the sunroof. He told me to take the child and run first. After I got ashore, I laughed. I closed the sunroof and watched the car slowly sink to the bottom of the lake. He struggled for a long time before he managed to unfasten the seatbelt buckle, but the car had taken on water and the power was out, so he couldn't open the car door no matter what he did, just when he was about to give up. I pretended to return to rescue him. In fact, I only wanted to make sure the door was locked. In the end, he still drowned in the lake. At my husband's funeral, I wore mourning clothes and impatiently showed affection with my new lover. I didn't expect my mother-in-law to see everything. She immediately suspected that my son's death was not an accident. She desperately wanted me to tell the truth, but my acting was too convincing. I cried very sadly in front of everyone and hugged my stepson tightly, refusing to let my mother-in-law take him away, saying I would definitely raise the child. Everyone was moved by me. To get custody of the child, I actually sued my mother-in-law first. She had already suffered the loss of her son, and now I dragged her into court. Her emotions completely collapsed, and in court she cursed and struck me. I didn't answer back at all, putting on a pitiful act that made her look even more like a mad woman. I thought victory was assured, but the next words from my mother-in-law changed everything. She shouted in court, "You received the insurance money after my son died, and the man you were seeing before is dead too." When the judge heard this, his expression changed immediately. Later, I learned she wasn't an ordinary judge at all, but a judge from hell. She came to the human world to punish people like me with her own hands. Actually, I had killed a man before. At that time, I had married a husband who lived on welfare, but that money was nowhere near enough. I bought him a large life insurance policy, and every day I added sleeping pills to his water. When he fell asleep, I injected a special drug, causing him to slowly lose his sight. Finally, I took him hiking, pretended to take his photo, and then pushed him off a cliff. I collected the insurance payout and inherited the property. Because I was a primary school teacher, no one suspected me. Later, when the money was nearly gone, I set my sights on the father of one of my students, the husband I later drowned. At that time, I rescued the boy partly to cover up the truth and partly to get another insurance payout because my husband died in an accident. The compensation would be split between me and the stepson, so I had to keep him by my side. He actually saw everything, but he didn't dare to speak up because I threatened him. If he said anything, the next one to die would be his grandmother. I thought my scheme was flawless, but I didn't expect the judge had already targeted me. Later, I became even more brutal. I secretly took the boy from my mother-in-law's house back with me, made him strip and play a breath-holding game, and pushed his head into the pool. I am perverse by nature, and I always took pleasure in abusing him. That day, I was having a good time when I suddenly received a call from a stranger. The caller threatened me, telling me to go to the lake where my husband died. When I arrived at the appointed place, there was no one around. Just as I was about to leave, car headlights suddenly lit up behind me, and my husband's car came charging out of the lake toward me. I froze with fear and couldn't move at all.